Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with TD. Move over, Rova, and let TD take over. Be good or be good at it. God is great, always in, always. Get your poopa scoopa, because TD is talking shit. So, first things first. President Donald Trump owns the Supreme Court. Full stop, end of. He owns it. So, all these small victories that are happening in lower courts, it does not fucking matter. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. Because all President Donald Trump and his administration have to do is get it to the Supreme Court, and he knows that he owns the fucking Supreme Court. Which there's a bigger, entity at stake here, and that's 2025 and him not leaving office, but I'm not going to digress onto that. The battle that is brewing between President Donald Trump and Gavin Newsom, President Donald Trump and Governor Pritzker. Listen, I'm a fan of Governor Pritzker, and in some ways, I'm a fan of Gavin Newsom in a way that he is not backing down to Donald Trump. Governor Pritzker is not backing down to President Donald Trump. The problem with it is, listen, I love Los Angeles. There's no bigger fan of a double-double with cheese animal style than me. The Los Angeles Lakers are family. Chicago, one of the greatest cities on earth. What has happened with California, Los Angeles especially, Illinois, Chicago especially the south side of Chicago was on Gavin Newsom's watch, was on Governor Pritzker's watch. San Francisco, I love San Francisco. Woodside, California. These are all cities and states that I absolutely adore. I don't go to them anymore. Because Los Angeles is a shithole. Chicago is Baghdad, Fallujah. And it has happened on Governor Pritzker's watch, Governor Newsom's watch. They've let it go too far. And now President Donald Trump, what he ran on is mass deportation, and that is what is happening. And any blocks, any injunctions that, are only temporary, that are won on lesser courts, President Donald Trump knows that he owns the Supreme Court. So none of it matters. None of it matters. And, President Donald Trump putting that thing up on his Twitter about him, like he was in the movie Apocalypse Now and, and all that shit. Don't forget that President Donald Trump is a fucking draft dodger. Okay, he's a cockroach, right? He didn't love the United States enough to go fight for his country. He's a draft dodger. So just remember that, full stop, end of. President Donald Trump is a bona fide draft dodger. He's not a tough guy. He's a studio gangster, right? And he knows how to play to his base. There's nobody that plays to their base better than President Donald Trump, full stop, end of. And the conflict that will come in Chicago, the conflict that has already happened in Los Angeles, the bigger picture, the bigger problem is that President Donald Trump owns the Supreme Court. He owns it, and there's nothing that anyone can do. Elections have consequences. Life and the decisions and choices that come with it have repercussions, sometimes very severe. Very, very, very severe. And I don't know what the outcome is. I don't know what the outcome is, because the much bigger problem is that President Donald Trump owns the Supreme Court, and in no way, shape, or form can anyone fight that. They are going to back Donald Trump to their dying breath. And again, life, consequences, repercussions, decisions, and choices that come with it have consequences and repercussions. And when you let the devil in, don't expect the devil to stop being the devil. Bigger picture, President Donald Trump owns the Supreme Court, so don't go celebrating any small victories on the lower courts, because it's only going to get dark, and it's going to get dark early. The conflict in Chicago, the conflict in Los Angeles is only going to get worse. So I'm thinking about LA. I'm thinking about Chicago. I love you all. Stay strong and fight. Stay strong and fight. Lots of love. Let me know what you think of President Donald Trump, Billy Big Bollocks, dealt with the dumbass owning the Supreme Court.